Hey everybody, I'm here with my daily video and I wanted to share with you some of the pages that I have been working on in my DIY bullet journal, art journal thing that I made in the last DIY. So I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I kind of looked up some videos about some ideas for what to do, and I went through hashtags on Instagram to try and get some ideas, and I think I sort of came up with some stuff, or just an idea of kind of how to get started. So if you would like to see some of the pages that I did in the new DIY planner thing that I made in the last video, then I invite you to stick around for the video, and I hope that you enjoy it. So here is my DIY kind of notebook thing that I made in the last video, the $2 in 5 minutes kind of planner video. Okay, so we're gonna pop this open. I did this title page and shared this on my Instagram earlier today, and I wasn't really sure what to do with the first page. I figured this is kind of like a book. I'm calling it an experiment of visual journaling, and I'm sorry that the lighting is so terrible. It's kind of at dusk right now, and that's just because this is the first opportunity I've had to film this, so that's why it is. Something that I learned about this 50-cent composition book from Walmart, the pages are super duper thin. That's not very ideal. So one of the people who actively participates in commenting here, Leanne, she actually suggested that I just glue the pages together. So I just took a UHU brand glue stick, which is my favorite kind of glue stick to use, and I just glued the pages together. And that sort of helped to compensate for just the paper density, the paper quality. I think if I would have glued 3 together, then that would have been maybe a little bit better, because I accidentally did that because I prepped some pages kind of back there. But so that's what I did for this first one, and I'm sure I'm going to end up kind of doing something over here. I'm not sure what, but I decided to do this page as a little bit of like a table of contents, or just as like a page registry almost. So you'll see here I put at the top, instead of table of contents, I just wrote looking for something, and then I wrote the date of like my first kind of entry, I guess you could say. So, and I made this Sculpey charm, and this I made as well. So at first I put who is the planner community anyway, and then I changed that to are. I don't really know what is the correct way to say that. Maybe it is who is the planner community, I think, instead of who we are the community. Okay, well, doesn't matter. And then look here, I drew that because eventually I'm going to fill in this whole page. So that is what the next page, the next double page spread, kind of tells you. And here we go. I decided to do a little bit of something called an infographic, and that is where you have information, but it is presented in a graphic sort of style. So I don't know how many of you are familiar enough with just the planner community at large, like what different communities within make up the whole of the planner community, but I thought I would kind of break down just all of the different communities within so that you could see a little bit better. And I categorize them in ways that are very, very kind of just like a big picture view. And then you'll see I have arrows that go all towards the word planner community to help indicate that this feeds into this, all of this. All of these different smaller communities that are just subsets of the planner community at large, they contribute to and make up the planner community, which is how I kind of think of things when I think planner community. And some people are, they're strictly just ring-bound folks, so they otherwise maybe have never heard of or are not aware of some of the other communities that I consider to be still a part of the planner community. So I thought that this might be a great way to just kind of get to know other communities within one large one. So I'll tell you kind of the order that I went in. I started over here in the Traveler's Notebook area, and T and B stands for Traveler's Notebook. Traveler's Notebook, I think, was really kind of popularized by the Midori brand and you might have heard people call it the Dories, like a Dories type planner. It comes from the word Midori. And then Dory became an offshoot. So Sweet Dory is what I have from Milk Shop, so that's why I put Milk Shop on there. There's Fab Dory, which is a fabric Midori traveler's notebook. And then there's leather ones like Chic Sparrow, Foxy Fix. These are leather covers. There's also one called Hobonichi, which is not exactly a traveler's notebook. It's kind of its own thing, but it's the closest thing to a traveler's notebook in comparison to just like the rest of them. And then there's one called a faux dory, so see the word dory, there it comes from dory, and faux means it's like, kind of like, I don't want to say a knockoff, but definitely an inspired Midori. So that's the Traveler's Notebook community. And I'm sure that there are other type kind of dory style or Traveler's Notebook ones, and if you know the names of them, then please put them in the comments below so that everybody can see and so that I can learn also a little bit more. So after I did this one, I went over here and I did this one here. And this is what I just kind of know off the top of my head of all of the different types of spiral bound or wire bound planners. You have the ECLP, ECTP, that's Erin Condren Life Planner and Erin Condren Teacher Planner. Then you've got, and this is in random order, the Simplified Planner, the Lime Life Planner, the Purposeful Planner, the Paper Source Planner, the Plum Paper Planner, Bando Planners, Bloom Daily Planners, the Day Designer, Inkwell Press. And like I said, this is not an exhaustive list. So if you know other spiral bound planners and brands, please just drop them in the comments below. And you can help me to learn more about who's in kind of the spiral bound, wire bound kind of community within the planner community. So after I did this one, I popped over here and I looked at, or I thought of, the ring bound community. There are so many different ring bound just companies and just like folks. So these are all the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. Webster's Pages, Doki Books, Forever New. This is actually from like a clothing company in New Zealand, I believe, and they're not really a planner company, but if you've ever searched for Kiki K, which is over here on eBay, you might actually find Forever New planners pop up. And they're ring bound, meaning like the 6 ring bound. There's also Carpe Diem, Vanderspek, and LV Agenda, and Giglio. They are the more expensive of the ring bound planners. There's also Studio Calico. Those ring bound planners are like A5 size, and they were on sale just recently. There's Daytimers and Day Runners, and the Day Designer that was over in the wire-bound section, they also have an A5 size binder. There's of course Kiki K, which is one of the popular ones that people know about because of the size of the rings. LV Agenda, Michael's Recollections, it just kind of broke into the ring-bound market, and they're actually pretty comparable to Kiki K. Filofax, of course, which is one of my favorites. Paper Chase, that I talked about in a video like last week or 2 weeks ago about like really affordable ring-bound planners. And of course the Kate Spade Agenda, which is most popular with people who seem to want to do like a planner wallet, that seems to work for them. And like I said, there might be more ring-bound companies and I'm just not aware of them. I wasn't able to kind of think of them just kind of immediately, so if you know any more ring-bound companies, then drop them in the comments below. Then I popped over to disc-bound. There's not as many disc-bound. Most everybody knows the Happy Planner, but other than me and my big ideas, the Happy Planner, there's also a Walmart brand that I don't know the name of it, and they came out, I don't know when they came out, a couple of seasons ago. Didn't do the best, but I think that they're trying to kind of bring it back. Then there's Arc by Staples. I really like Arc by Staples. And then Martha Stewart by Staples. It's the same idea as Arc by Staples, only it's a little more in signature colors from Martha Stewart. And they actually have some of my favorite discs to use for disc bound. Then there's Circa by Levenger, and that is some like really super high quality, like corporate kind of grade arc bound sort of discs. And I've talked about them before. They're pretty premium quality. They're totally worth it. I don't have very much of the Circa, but the ones that I do are just excellent. Doki Books. Doki Books also, they have some ring bound. So there's Doki Books as well. I've never actually experienced Doki Books before. However, I know people who have Doki books, and they've been pretty pleased with Doki books, so Doki books also part of the disc-bound kind of gang. And then we have what I call its perfect bound books, and that means it's like a sewn bound, or it's like a flat sort of a book, or just like a bound book. And I included in all of these, and again, like if I'm missing any of them that you know of that are kind of the perfect bound books, and that's a style of bookmaking or a style of bookbinding. So I have May Designs in there. That's one of my favorites. May Designs actually just came out with like a composition style kind of agenda book. I have Moleskine in there. Inkwell Press, just because even though they do have wire bound, they also have kind of inserts, like flat bound books. This one, is it Leak Term? I have no idea how to pronounce that correctly. But that's like the most popular kind of bullet journal. The Passion Planner. Erin Condren has like, not necessarily planners like this, but she does have like dotted grid and notebook paper type books that people use in the same way that they use bullet journals. So those are kind of like the perfect bound books. And then we have the folks who are into memory and scrapbook and like craft and art planning. So that's more of like, well, I've seen the people of the Happy Planner kind of do that sort of stuff. Putting pictures in and everything just to kind of document their memories and their weeks and everything. But then there's also Project Life and Bible journaling I've decided to put in there. Amy Tangerine has done some stuff of like kind of memory scrapbooking, like a hybrid sort of a thing, at least as far as I've seen, or at least as far as I've seen people use. Heidi Swap, Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem is also located over here in the ring-bound section. And then there's Michael's Recollections, which has some stuff. I think they tried to discontinue it more recently, like within the past year, but some stuff that they tried to do as a little bit of an inspired sort of a Heidi Swap, sort of a Project Life sort of a thing, the Michael's Recollections line. So that is the big picture, and also like the details kind of the planner community. And you know, if I left anybody out, then please absolutely leave the information in the comments below about who it is that I did not mention, so that then I can kind of add them to this big picture view that makes up the planner community at large. So I really hope that you enjoyed that video. I'm glad to share with you any information that I have kind of gained kind of over time. I do market research, product development, I do all sorts of things in addition to the fact that I'm a working artist and designer. And I have a lot of working knowledge, especially about the planner community, because it is such a great interest of mine, as much as, you know, I've done like product research and business development and stuff like that, you know, within just like the community, or just, it helps to know the market kind of that you might be working in or that you might kind of be a part of. So that's kind of how I was able to gather so much information, just because it's a little bit of just like my business, you know, I work in educational design, I work in like logistics and stuff, so, and I work in like product design and just visual design, So that's it for this video, and tomorrow will likely be another planner video. And thanks so much for just hanging out with me here online, for watching my videos. I so appreciate your time that you spend with me, your comments that you give to me, the ways that you like my videos, and the connections that I've made. I've learned so much from the planner community, from the YouTube community, and then from just the community that's been built here on my channel, video after video that I've done with each daily video. So thank you so much for all of it, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's daily video. Bye.